they always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly along with John Burns for The Real Sports Talk. You can follow me on Twitter at CashKelly, K-A-S-H Kelly _TRST, and follow John Burns _MLB. Some breaking news here at 1:54 a.m. on the East Coast in the morning is Ken Rosenthal's reporting that after a 3-game winning streak and much speculation throughout this entire offseason throughout this entire season, that Cole Hamels could potentially get traded because he would not get a deal done. He's getting a deal done, and he is getting a huge payday. Cole Hamels will become the second highest paid left-handed pitcher in the history of the MLB, passing Johan Santana and falling just behind CC Sabathia. He will sign a 6-year, $137.5 million deal to remain a Philly. I guess you wouldn't say for life, because it'll be 34 when the deal's up, and I'm sure he'll still have a lot left. But for the foreseeable future, Cole Hamels will be a Philly. So, John, what do you think about this extension?
Well, he had to take the share of money, because with all these pitchers getting hurt and everything, you don't want to take the risk of an injury and losing all the money. So he took the right choice in my mind. The contract, when it ends, he'll be 34, like you said. He'll probably get another contract. They might have overpaid. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm shocked he didn't. I've heard he wanted 7 years, so I'm very surprised he signed for 6.
I'm not surprised that he signed for 6. I'm surprised that he signed for 6 now. I really thought that Cole Hamels wanted to test free agency. And again, this deal it's agreed to in principle, and we're a smaller show, so we're trying to get this out there immediately just to get more views. Essentially, it's pretty much done. They're just crossing the T's, dotting the I's on the contract right now. You know, as a Phillies fan, I'm happy that they were able to keep Cole Hamels. He's a great left-handed pitcher. He's right in the prime of his career. He is the best pitcher the Phillies have right now. But the bottom line is that you can't just say, oh, they had to do this. They had to do this and just ignore every other problem that they have. It's nice that the Phillies gone 7-3 in their last 10. They're 9.5 out of the division, and they're 10 games under 500. So clearly there's some problems. There's no player for the foreseeable future at third base, left field, center field. Who knows what happens with Hunter Pence, because I don't think he's worth a long-term deal. There's questions about second base long-term. I mean, even catcher Carlos Ruiz is great now, but he's getting up there in age for a catcher. And the bullpen's been horrendous besides Jonathan Papelbon. I'm happy we got to keep Cole Hamels, but it's like we're just going to neglect all the other needs that we have now to keep Cole Hamels.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some moves to free up some payroll. Like you said, Hunter Pence could be an odd man out. Shane Victorino, they're going to have to move some of these guys. There's been rumors with Cliff Lee, but I think that's a long shot.
Yeah, Cliff Lee will not get moved, at least now. He has no value now. They can't trade him now. The reports are that I've seen sources on the internet, heard from some of the sources I have, that say that the Phillies would like to keep these 3 pitchers together. Ruben Amaro has stated numerous times he wants to build the team around starting pitching. Unfortunately, Ruben, you know, I'm going to give you some breaking news. It's tough to build a team around 3 starting pitchers who all make more than $20 million and then still have a good bullpen and still have a deep lineup. And I don't know. I don't want to feel like, I don't want people to feel like I'm mad that they re-signed him, but it's almost like the rest of the needs are just going to be let go. We're going to act like this season hasn't happened. And I don't know. I think the best thing for the future would have been to trade Cole Hamels and get some young prospects. People can say all they want. Oh, they're just prospects. There's no guarantee. Well, that's the same. Cole Hamels was just a prospect when they drafted him too. You can't say that they're just prospects are what ends up building a franchise. Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, they were all just prospects. That's worked out pretty well for the Phillies as well. Carlos Ruiz was just a prospect, if people want to continue to say that. So, I understand, and I'm happy that Cole Hamels is going to stay here in the long term if they can figure out a way to free up some payroll. But this essentially means that after this season, Hunter Pence is probably gone. if he's not going at the trade deadline. Shane Victorino was gone pretty much anyway, although he would be cheap to keep, so I don't think I'd rule anything out. But, I mean, honestly, if you're going to win a World Series, John Mayberry Jr. can't be playing left field. Placido Polanco is going to be gone at the end of this year, but the chances at this point with this extension, unless you trade Cliff Lee or one of these guys, that you're able to get a third baseman that's any improvement, they're pretty small.
Yeah, the Phillies, like I said, they're going to have to move some of these guys for payroll. Hunter Pence is going to be very intriguing to watch as the deadline approaches. A lot of teams would want his bat in their lineup. A lot of teams are interested in right-handed outfielders also.
Yeah, I mean, Ruben Amaro Jr., I guess, I think that he needs to still sell at the trade deadline as much as we're getting excited about the Phillies now. Look, they can still come back and have a good second half of the season. Hell, they can make the playoffs. That, to me, doesn't change anything. You need to trade Shane Victorino, get what you can for him. And I think it's time for Dominic Brown, the experiment, to get going in center field. Just give him the rest of this year and all of next year. Don't worry about what any outside people say, and just let him play. Let him at least see if he can figure things out at the major league level. I think he can, but all these fair weather fans that if he makes one error in the outfield, oh, he sucks, let's trade our whole farm system and go get Hunter Pence. Oh, he can't, he has a weird batting stance. You need to give the guy time. He wasn't a top 5 prospect by Baseball America by accident. So I think we'll see what happens. But ultimately, it is nice that they could keep Cole Hamels. But it's kind of like this is the middle of the sentence, and this is one of the stupidest analogies I've ever had. But it's like the middle of the sentence, and there's a comma. And we're just waiting to see what the rest of the sentence is, because we just do not know what's going to happen with the rest of this team, what happens the rest of the season, and where they go in the future. Follow me on Twitter. Follow John on Twitter. Check out therealsportstalk.wordpress.com. We'll see you guys later.